warmth behind, like sun on the skin, after the sky has moved on. Not every moment asks to be kept. Some simply pass through to remind you, yes, even now, there's something worth getting
He committed a crime.
Bro still has a lunchbox? When you're in kindergarten?
And you may think, well, of course he got roasted for having a lunchbox in high school. But the funny part was, my other friend had been bringing a lunchbox to school for years, and no one ever said anything about it. But if William actually did do something, forget about it. Like, he wore a new shirt one day, a shirt he was clearly excited about. But the second he walked up to us, somebody goes,
Hey, Will, where'd you get that shirt? Boston found?
William raised his hand in class and got an answer wrong one time, and for the rest of the year, anytime anyone got something wrong, they would go,
Oh, bro, I just pulled a William.
and unfortunately, I'm not gonna sit here and act innocent. I would join in. I regret it now, but at the time, I was a little brat.
Because here's the cold truth about being in a friend group with a target. As long as they're roasting William,
They're not roasting you.
William was like a human shield, and I think part of why I went along with it is that being in a group with a clear target is weirdly comfortable. As long as William was in our group, my spot was safe. I'm not proud of it. Now, eventually, this started to make me feel really bad, because I genuinely liked William, but he never fought back. He never said anything mean back. He would just kind of laugh along with the jokes, but you could tell he was sad. So I felt really bad after a while. And one day, it just hit me that this genuinely nice kid was getting cooked every single day, and he was just taking it. So I had an idea. I pulled William aside, just me and him, and I gave him what I thought was really solid advice. I told him,
listen, Will, you gotta fight back. The only reason they keep roasting you is because you let them. Next time someone comes at you,
I used to hang on pictures up by the bed we used to
and when I told
lie.
William this, he looked at me with a spark of hope in his eyes. Like I just handed him the secret to a better life. So he nodded and said he should try it out. Now I thought I'd genuinely change this man's life, and I did, but not in the way I was hoping for. Because here's what I did not account for. Roasting is a skill. It's not something you can just decide to be good at. And William, the sweetest kid alive, had never roasted anyone in his life. He had no training. So the next day,
Somebody came at him with a joke. William decided he
and he opened his mouth to deliver his comeback, but what came out was nothing. This is how the interaction went.
Hey, William, what's up with that stain on your shirt? Did your mama not see your clothes this time?
Your mom, well, at least my shirt doesn't, you didn't even know it.
So he's just stuttering, and as he's stuttering, you can literally see him start to turn red in real time while the whole group just stopped and stared at this disaster unfolding in front of them. And finally, once William decided to just give up, everyone else pounced on it. Because now, William didn't just get roasted, he got roasted and he failed fighting back. So they came up with a new nickname for him. They're imitating him going, "Now you know what to do." And the worst part is, after that, William just gave up entirely. He went back to taking the roast silently and never tried fighting back again. And he blamed it all on me. He was like,
Why would you tell me to try fighting back, Tyler?
and I was just like, I don't know. I didn't think you were gonna sound like a 50-year-old car trying to start when saying your comeback. But if you're the person in your friend group who is basically a human punching bag, don't feel bad. Because this friend usually ends up being the most successful out of anyone else in the group. And I know that because you know what William is doing today? He's married and he has a great job as a pilot. Meanwhile, everyone else in our friend group is either single or in a relationship that but seeing how much William would get cooked taught me something very important about school. It taught me that roasting isn't just for fun. Roasting is survival.
It's like a love from 17 to the end of days. If you just give me your hand, I'll lead the way. So what would you say?
This is his story, and I have a problem with him because his story is a channel that has been taking over YouTube recently, gaining millions of subscribers a month. But the issue is, they're taking my job. They do storytelling content, I do storytelling content, and everyone thinks their videos are better than mine. So I'm gonna watch their best content to see if it's as good as everyone is saying. But here's the twist. If I laugh or even just smile at 5 or more of their videos, I will personally call the creator of the His Story channel and apologize for ever trash talking on it. And by the way, I personally reached out to His Story to ask what videos of his I should react to. And he gave me a list of his best ones. So if they're not good, it's not my fault. Let's get into it. So this is the list he sent me, and he said the first video is animated really well and it's just overall a banger. I'll do a good to that. It's called I Labeled It Fish. Here we go.
My teacher looked at my drawing, covered her mouth, and ran out of the room screaming. Our assignment was to draw something that makes us happy, so I drew.
I already know this kid with the...
falls around, I'll be a saving way out. And with thunder in the night, we'll put our hands up to the sky. So take the flag and raise it high. Take 2 arms and fortify. We aren't just anyone, we've only just begun.
security guards, still screaming, grabbed my drawing off my desk and pointed at me like I was dangerous. They walked
يقولوا في بقعات مسحوق البودرة ما يقدر ومع تايم جاي جوه ثلاثية.
We should head off. Let's get Pac-Man's here. Guess we just have to wait. I need deplete stamina. Depleting stamina. It's time to recover. Okay, let's stick the rally plan.
You're telling me this is a fishing rod when I'm looking at a
I'm on Principal Carter's side, okay? Whoever this man is, hey, if he's got beef with his story, I'm on his team.
weapon. I told him there's a line coming off it with a fish on the end, and I literally wrote the word fish next to it. Mrs. Keller leaned in. It looks like he's aiming at
Why is Mrs. Keller kind of bad? My bad. Anyways, let's just play.
the building. I told her it's Larry's bait and tackle where we buy worms, and he's facing the water because that's where fish live, and that's how fishing works. I didn't understand how every adult in the room was looking at a fish and seeing a threat. Principal Carter picked up his phone and called my dad. Mr. Davis, your son drew an image that appears to depict a school shooting. We need you here immediately. I sat there staring at my drawing, wondering how I ended up here. My dad showed up stealing his work shirt with dirt in his hands. He stopped in the door. Where is he? What did he draw? Principal Carter slid his drawing across the desk, and my dad picked it up, stared at it, and laughed. I chuckled and forward. This is from last Saturday. He pulled out his phone, turned it around, and the photo was right there. Me standing in front of Larry's bait and tackle holding my fishing rod. Same building, same rod, same everything. I looked at the principal. Is everyone in this room slow? My son drew a fish, labeled it fish, drew a fishing rod, drew a bait shot, and I looked at that and saw a school shooter. Nobody said anything.
Bro, his dad has so much aura. I don't even think they're related, to be honest, by how they're acting.
Pulled my son out of class and called me at work because not one adult in this building stopped and said, hey, maybe that's a fishing rod. Mrs. Keller stared at the floor, and Principal Carter had nothing. My dad put the drawing in his pocket. We're done here. Let's go. Next art class, I
No, expel him still! Expel him!
drew Mrs. Keller and labeled it donkey in case there was any confusion.
So at the end, he calls his teacher a donkey? I still feel like he should get expelled for that. No, I can't lie. That was a pretty good story, but I didn't smile, so no points to his story yet. Next video, the Hellcat.
I was stopped at a red light when headlights flashed across my mirror and everything went sideways. The airbag slammed my head back and guacamole from the DoorDash order flew everywhere.
When all the darkness falls
Okay, that's 1 point to him. That's 1 point to his story. I wasn't even smiling because it was funny though. I was smiling because Monkey has something I would do. Like imagine getting in a car crash and your first worry is your DoorDash order. He looked just like me.
I couldn't hear anything except ringing. I crawled out through the passenger side, tried to stand, and my legs gave out. I'm on my hands and knees on the pavement when I hear, bro, what the hell? My brand new car. Just got it yesterday. An orange Hellcat was sitting sideways in the intersection with smoke coming off the tires. Some kid was standing over me screaming, why'd you reverse into me? I looked up at him from the ground.
How is he even tall enough to drive? He's like 4'3".
I can't feel my legs. I don't care about your legs. Look what you did to my car. He pulled out his phone and started filming.
Does that count as 2 laps if I just laughed? Or does it not because it's the same video? I'm not gonna whatever. That counts as 2, fine. It doesn't even matter because I'm not gonna laugh or smile.
Hellcat without even glancing at me before my flipped car. My dad's a lawyer, so you're either gonna pay for my car or we're gonna bury you. I couldn't even stand up, and this kid was threatening to sue me. Cops showed up 10
Where did the cops come from? Look at that road. Are y'all seeing that road? Whatever town this is almost as weird as Bakersfield.
minutes later, and the kid completely transformed, limping and holding his neck. He told the officer I reversed into his
Is the officer the kid's dad from the last video?
Hellcat for no reason. The cop took one look at next to the brand new Hellcat and didn't even ask for my size. He gave me the ticket and left. I'm sitting on the curb holding my legs when a second cruiser pulled up. The kid saw it and started limping again. The door opened and I heard, oh hell no. It was my dad's buddy from the neighborhood. He'd been on patrol and heard the call. He crouched down next to me. Tell me everything. I told him what happened. He looked at both cars.
Is that officer wearing shoulder pads? Or is that just me? He might just be Chad. Who knows?
And shook his head. I believe you, but without proof, there's nothing I can do. Is there anything, any witness, any camera? Anything. I almost said no. Then I looked at my Corolla and saw it through the cracked windshield. The dash cam I installed 6 months ago to catch DoorDash scammers. Still mounted to the dash, right where I left it. Actually, yeah, I do. He motioned me all over my car, reached through the broken window, and pull out the SD card. He plugged it into his laptop in the cruiser. 30 seconds of footage. My car sitting still at a red light. The Hellcat spinning out of a dealership. The kid laughing right before he slammed into me. Everything the kid told the first cop was a lie, and now we both knew it. He stepped out of the cruiser, walked straight to the kid, and got in his face. You want to tell me what really happened? The kid backed up a full step. His fake limp was gone. He looked over at me, then
Why did he have to have the camera in his car?
back at the cop standing 6 inches from his nose. You filed a false report, and that limp you walked in with healed up real quick. The kid started stammering. My dad's a lawyer. You can't just call him. You're gonna need one. He was right.
Oh,
I ended up
that was low-key a bar. I can't even lie.
settling for enough money to buy 5 Hellcats thanks to a $30 dash.
Not bad, right?
Give me the phone.
Dash cam.
Okay, so we got 2 laughs from that video. That's all you're gonna get though, okay? You're not getting any more laughs. I will say, it was kind of an interesting story. But let's move on. Next one, she broke my project.
A girl named Madison bumped into me in the hallway, and my science project I was carrying dropped and cracked
Can anyone get me Madison's at? I'm sorry.
on the floor. I'd spent 4 weeks making my own organic stain remover spray, and now the liquid was all over the floor. I quickly grabbed the bottle to save what was left, and Madison looked down at me and laughed. Guess your stupid project is ruined. Mine's way
That's right, Madison, you get him! Keep trash talking to Madison, I love it.
better anyway. See you in the gym. She laughed and walked off. I carried my project to the gym and started super gluing the bottle of my spray together. But Madison sat at the table next to me and laughed at me trying to repair my project. She announced, "This was so easy if you're actually smart. I barely spent 20 minutes and mine's..."
Okay, Madison's my new favorite character. She's the GOAT. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Also, look at the pose she's doing. That looks like Marcus Rashford celebration. I don't even know if half of you guys will understand what that meant, but let's just carry on.
Still better, she pointed at my project. I finished my repair just as the judges started walking around, but I barely had enough spray left to demonstrate anything. The judges reached Madison, and she proudly showed off.
Hold up!
I barely had enough spray left to demonstrate anything. The judges reached Madison.
Is that not the kid's dad from the first video again? Am I seeing things? His dad's playing a new character every time. Am I seeing things wrong?
And she proudly showed off her volcano, made of red paper mache. She told them the inside of the volcano was filled with red ink. Then she held up a button and said, "If I press this, the ink will flow out of it like lava. Would you like to see?"
This video is so unrealistic, guys. If this was real school, obviously, Madison would be getting dress coded. Look at what she's wearing. So, I think we have to take a point out for unrealisticness. Just saying.
He held up a button and said, "If I press this, the ink will flow out of it like lava. Would you like to see?" The judges were impressed and nodded, but when she pressed the button, nothing happened. Her smile dropped, and she slammed the button repeatedly, but again, nothing. The judges leaned in and wrote something on their clipboards, but suddenly the ink exploded. It went all over the judges' white shirts and ruined their clothes. Madison went pale and grabbed tissues to try cleaning, but when she wiped their shirts, she smeared the ink around and only made it worse. The judges backed away and told her to stop. She kept apologizing, but they just moved to my project next, still in their destroyed
It's time to cook them, judges. Come on, cook them.
shirts. They asked me, "What is your project?" and I
Why is that judge kind of foggy?
replied, "Let me show you." I took out my stain remover spray, sprayed it on their shirts, and wiped it with my own brush I'd also made. Immediately, the ink stains disappeared. The judge's face dropped as he yelled, "My shirt is clean again." One by one, I cleaned every judge's shirt, using up every last drop of my spray. They gave me the
That's not a real thing. That spray does not exist.
gold ribbon, and when I looked over, Madison threw her arms in the air in anger and knocked her volcano over. The rest of the red ink spilled onto her clothes, and I just held up my empty bottle of stain remover. Too bad, I'm all out. Bet you wish you had my stupid project now.
Does this kid just have the best luck in the world? No matter what happens, he always ends up on top. When are we going to see him lose in one of these videos? Let's hope he loses in this one called Guess Who's Dating My Sister.
I walked into my kitchen and saw
Wait.
the kid who used
I just realized he has two different colored eyes. He's like, what do they call that? What do they call it when they have different colored eyes? Heteromochia. He has heteromochia.
I walked into my kitchen and saw the kid who used to shove me into lockers sitting at our dinner table with his arm around my twin sister, Christy. "Hey,
That's right. Raise up his sister, bro.
hey," Christy said, jumping up and grabbing my elbow before I could turn around. She pulled me into the
No DNA test needed there.
hallway and lowered her voice. "I know what you're thinking. He's different now. Please, just give him a chance tonight." For me, this was Brett, the kid who chipped my front tooth against a water fountain in 10th grade. So I sat down across from them to find out if he'd really changed, or if my sister was about to get hurt by the same guy who hurt me. Mom kept an eye on us from the stove while Christy carried the conversation. "Tell him about your summer job, babe." Brett talked about painting houses for his uncle, said the heat was brutal, but the money was good, the kind of small talk that almost made me forget who he was. He set down his fork
Are they just eating? Is that dog poo?
and met my eyes. "I know this is weird, man. I'm not the same kid I used to be. I
Lil bro, you are not a kid at all, alright? You are at least 35.
still think about that day at the water fountain, and I'm sorry. It sounded real, and he didn't flinch when he said it. Mom was smiling at him like he was already family. Christy squeezed my hand under the table, and I felt myself starting to believe him. I almost told him it was okay, but Mom's voice cut in from the dining room. "Christy, come grab the plates." The second my sister stepped out of the kitchen, his smile changed. "Christy showed me your old yearbook photos," he said, leaning back in his chair. "The ones from before I cracked your tooth." That same smile crept across his face, the one from the locker hallway. "She actually thinks I changed. You both did. That's the best part." My tongue went to the chip in my tooth before I could stop it.
This guy has this.
This summer, bring your kids to become the funnest bits of Dubai.
ما عليك، أنا خبيرة بترويض الحيوانات.
Endless fun. It calls for Dubai.
شفت الميمونة الواد مش جدي؟ العودة للمدارس يعني العودة إلى الأمل والعودة إلى الأمراض، وبالتالي لازم نهتم بالنظافة تبع أطفالنا. عشان هيك اليوم بدي أحكي عن مجموعة العودة للمدارس من نور أورجانيك. بيجي عبارة عن شامبو، كونديشنر، ديودرنت، ومعجون أسنان. بالنسبة للشامبو والكونديشنر، هو شامبو وكونديشنر مغذي للشعر، ريحته كثير فريش مثل البيبرمنت. زي ما قلت لكم منتجاتنا كلها طبيعية وآمنة للاستخدام للأطفال. أنا عم بستعمله حاليا إلي لآدم وللزين. بيغذي الشعر، بتخلوه على الشعر تقريبا من دقيقتين ل3 دقايق. بيغذي بفيضات الشعر وبنعم الشعر وبنفس الوقت هالمرة اخترت جولة البابونة عشان بعمل تغيير لأجربه. ريحته كثير حلوة زي ما قلت لكم، هو خالي من الألمنيوم والبارابين، وكمان مكوناته طبيعية ومناسبة لجميع أنواع البشرة. فهذا ديودرنت طبيعي 100% وما فيه أي مواد ضارة، وريحته كثير حلوة. هذه هيك بيجي قوام الديودرنت، وما بيثبت أثر وما بيطبع الهواء. وآخر منتج بالكولكشن هو معجون الأسنان بالمرة. مكوناته كلها طبيعية، فيه مرة وزيت الشجر والشاي. وكمان أنا لما استعملته طعمت القرنفل
مفيد لكم للكبار إنه تستخدموه لصحة اللثة والأسنان.
This guy has the smallest tongue ever.
You're not gonna say anything. You never do. For 10 years, he was right. But Christy was standing in the doorway with a stack of plates, and she'd heard every word. The plates shattered on the floor. Brett spun around in his chair and started to say her name. I was on my feet and swinging.
Did this man just throw a table?
Floor. Brett spun around in his chair and started to say her name. I was on my feet and
Okay, maybe I should not be trash talking. He just threw a table. He went from being 3'4" in the first video to now being able to throw tables. I respect it. Puberty can do some crazy things.
swinging before he got it out. Punch. My fist caught his mouth and I felt something crack. He went over backward off his chair, and when he pulled his hand away, his front tooth was chipped. I stood over him and laughed in his face. Now we're even. He scrambled up and ran out the front door with his hand clamped over his mouth.
Once again, this guy never loses. Next video is just called Why.
I need you to pee on me, now!
Hey,
Old
yo!
man begged
No, I laughed. Why would you start the video with that? What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to do? You just asked to get peed on in the first second of the video. Okay, that's 3 out of 5 laughs. But I'm not laughing anymore. I'm not. Let's find out why this dude wanted to get peed on.
I need you to pee on me, now! An old man begged me at the beach. I took a step back as he started loosening the string on his swimming trunks. Bro, what? Get away from me! But he took a step closer. Please, there's no time. I need it! He clutched his thigh, eyes wide with...
I can't even lie. This happened to me like 2 weeks ago at the beach. An old man came up to me and he was like, bro, just pee on me. And every time I asked why, he would just start giggling. So I wonder if the same thing happened right here.
Panic. My eyes darted around the beach for help, and that's when a lifeguard sprinted over. I breathed a sigh of relief, thinking he would tell the creep to back off. But instead, he put his hand on my shoulder and said, son, I saw everything that...
Son? That's his dad now? His dad's a shapeshifter. His dad is a skinwalker.
happened. You need to pee on this man right now, quickly. I can't do it because I just went to the bathroom. I genuinely didn't even know what to say. Absolutely not. Y'all are crazy. The lifeguard was angry. Fine, then we have to call for backup instead. I had no idea what he was talking about. And that's when 2 paramedics sprinted towards us.
Are we sure these are paramedics? Hold on.
They ran.
I'm pretty sure these dudes just got out of prison. That is not a paramedic outfit. I don't know what country this is in, but that ain't a paramedic outfit in America, I'll tell you that.
And to the old man with thick gloves and a medical kit. The older one looked at him. Did you ask anyone to pee on it? He sighed like he was sad. Yeah, this boy over here refused. They shook their heads in disgust. Kids these days have no respect for the elderly. What is going on? I screamed. The paramedic
I'm not smiling. I'm not smiling.
This man was stung by a jellyfish. Urine helps cancel it out.
Okay, so that's not what happened to me at the beach. Because the dude who asked me to pee on him definitely did not get stung by no jellyfish. But I'm not gonna lie, okay? The stories are kind of entertaining. They're a little bit better than I thought. Still not gonna get 5 laughs out of me though. Especially in this next video that's called Get Him? What does that even mean?
It was my first day as a delivery driver when I pulled up
DoorDash. The DoorDash. This was his first day of DoorDash delivery driving. See? I already know the storyline.
to a house with 3 German shepherds loose on the front lawn. I triple-checked if it was the right house because I knew this wasn't going to be good, but it was the right house. I stepped out of the car, walked onto the lawn, and immediately one of them charged at me and bit down on my arm. I screamed in pain, but I've been a K9 police officer for 8 years, so I grabbed the pressure point behind its jaw and it released immediately. Then the front door swung open. The house owner screamed, "What the hell are you doing to my dog?" I was confused because his dog was the one that attacked me, and I was just trying to do my job. But before I could say anything, he stormed off the porch and pushed my chest. "Don't you ever put your hands on my dogs." I showed him the...
طبعا لا، اريا النظافة بلاتيني الجديد الأفضل بإزالة البقع من غسلة واحدة بس.
We should head off. Let's get going. The path ends here. Guess we'll just have to climb. Climbing depletes stamina, and depleted stamina takes time to recover. Okay, let's take the route we planned.
I showed him the...
You tell him. Come on. This is gonna be the first video he finally loses in. I promise.
Bite mark. Your dog bit me. I was just delivering a package. You know, doing my job. He scoffed. If you were...
Okay, listen, his story, we have to make one thing straight, buddy. If you want to start telling stories on YouTube, you do not say the J word. I don't know who you think you are, bro, but we do not say the J word around here, okay? It's a very bad word.
Doing your job correctly, they wouldn't have bitched you.
Again? You said it again? Sorry, let's keep going.
You know, doing my job. He scoffed. If you were doing your job correctly, they wouldn't have bit you. He got closer to my face. These are purebred German shepherds. They could kill you if I told them to.
Yep.
I almost laughed because I train dogs that actually do that for a living. His dogs weren't trained. They were just out of control. He pointed in my face. You're nothing more than a delivery driver.
Yeah.
Useless. Now get off my property before I let my dogs kill you. That's when I tapped my Apple Watch and sent my location to my unit. I didn't say a word. I picked up the package and turned to leave. Then he commanded his dogs, get him. I heard all 3 dogs running toward me. One bit my leg, another went for my arm again. I got them off, but now I was bleeding and
Yo, I need some dogs like this.
3 spots. He just stood there smiling. That's what happens when you mess with me. I'm calling the cops on you. I stayed quiet. Then I heard sirens. The customer smiled. Good. The cops are here. You're finished. 3 K9 units pulled up to his house. Officers stepped out with trained German shepherds on leashes. The customer's dogs tucked their tails and ran behind him, whimpering in fear. The smile left his face because he realized the cops were here for him. My sergeant walked up to me. We got your location. What happened? I pointed at the guy. He commanded his dogs to attack me. My sergeant looked at the customer. That's assault with a deadly weapon. That's jail time. He put the customer in handcuffs, but he tried resisting. What are you doing? He's just...
He's always getting away with it. The orange-haired dude is always getting away with it.
The delivery driver. I whistled, and the K9 German shepherds lined up in front of me, growling at the man. That's my side hustle, but these are my co-workers.
The worst part is, this man never even got to eat his food. Do you know how sad that is? I will not lie. When I watch these videos, I do get a little bit interested. You know, I'm not saying they're amazing, but like, they're alright so far. Now we gotta watch Grandma went viral by accident. What did Granny do this time?
My grandma called me at 6 in the morning to tell me she'd broken TikTok. She'd had the app for a week, only to watch my videos and tap the little heart, and she didn't even know how to post. So when she said her video had 300,000 views, I told her she was reading it wrong. She wasn't. She leaned her phone against a bowl on the counter, hit record by accident, and filmed 40 seconds of herself fighting a batch of pierogi dough. Stick to the counter one more time and I'll throw you in the damn trash, she told it. The comments lost their minds.
A grandma who cusses at her food is the content I needed. Fighting with dough. Thank you so much. Do try. Dang, her grandma got 1.2 million likes on a video. She got more motion than me.
A grandma who cusses at her food is the content I needed, one wrote. And by that afternoon, the video had 1 million views. I had no idea she was just getting warmed up. The next morning, a box from a knife company nobody ordered showed up on her porch, and her phone buzzed across the counter until she flipped it face down. She slid it over.
Grandma, why do you have your phone in all the dough? It's giving me the ick.
You do the computer part, so I did. A flower brand emailed first, and they wanted her bad, but the message asked her to please keep the language family friendly. I read it to her out loud. Family friendly, she said. I've been cussing since before their grandparents were born. Then she held out.
Since before their grandparents were born. How old is she? She got me at least 150.
Her hand. Give me that phone. She typed her reply with 2 fingers and hit send. You can kiss my butt. I don't tone down for nobody. She filmed the
Grandma's low-key tough, bro. Grandma's low-key tough. The grandma's tough. The dad is tough.
video, dropped a whole pierogi on the floor, and said something I can't repeat. It hit 2 million by morning. The worse her mouth got, the bigger she got. 6 weeks in, the flower brand came back, and this time the contract was $10,000 for 3 videos. I read every line out loud at her kitchen table. The last one said she had to maintain her authentic voice, including her natural language. I looked up at her. They're paying you to curse now. She didn't even blink. Took them long enough. So she signed it, looked dead into the camera for her first paid video, held up a bag of their flour, and said, "This is the only brand with the balls to let me talk like this." It's pinned to the top of her page. She still calls me at 6 in the morning, but now it's to ask if she's allowed to say the really bad one.
You know, if my grandmother passed away when I was very young, I wonder if mine would be like this.
She's on camera yet. I haven't told her no once.
I like the grandma. But still, I'm telling you his story. You can't make me smile or laugh. You know why? Like, what is this even about? My friend challenged a snake?
I was playing with my pet snake when my friend leaned
This dude's a psychopath. I'm trying to tell you guys, this dude, he has a pet snake! What more evidence do we need?
I was playing with my pet snake when my friend leaned over and stared at it with narrow eyes. Is it true that anacondas can choke people out? I told him yes, and he instantly leaned back in his chair and put his arms over his head. I don't think it could choke me out.
His friends are psychopaths too. Of course they are.
I laughed, but Wesley immediately sat up. I'm serious. Let your anaconda try choke me. If it succeeds, I'll give you $200. If not, you give me the $200. Deal? I thought about whether I wanted to risk my friend's life for $200. Then I shook his hand. Deal. I carefully placed Piper around his neck. Wesley smirked. You have to be pretty weak for something with no arms to choke you out, and I've been hitting the gym. This anaconda won't do a thing to me. Piper settled around his trachea, and I told Wesley, tap out.
This is just natural selection at this point. Imagine you're the doctor and someone comes...
Introducing Chipotle's new high-protein menu with real chicken, grilled fresh, no antibiotics, no fillers ever, packed with protein. Chipotle's new high-protein menu is real protein you want to eat. Chipotle, for real.
I've been taking risks my entire life. But last night, it was different. I felt alive. My heart was racing. Every step was part of a plan. Things slowed down. It was silent. And I was surprised how easy it was. But I'm not finished yet. That's what excites me. Move, everyone, move! I just had to come over and introduce myself. Thomas Crown.
I know exactly who you are.
If you don't jump, can't catch me.
You're the doctor and someone comes into the hospital and they're like, oh my gosh, please help, my friend stopped breathing. So you ask why their friend stopped breathing, and they tell you it's because they purposely choked themselves out with an anaconda. If I'm the doctor, I ain't even helping.
Once it gets too much, but he waved his hand dismissively. What kind of loser needs a safe word for this? I'm ready whenever. Bring it on. I looked at him one more time, then gave Piper the signal. She started barely squeezing Wesley's neck, but his
I gave Piper the signal? Does that mean he has a signal to make Piper choke people? We gotta lock him up for that. Lock him up.
eyes instantly went wide. That's a lot, but I think I can hold it, he said, trying to look confident. I told him Piper wasn't even trying, and suddenly she squeezed harder. Wesley instantly gasped and tried to pull her off because his face had started turning purple. I asked, do you want to tap? But he shook his head, wheezing no and pulling harder.
If you want $200, just go work 2 shifts at McDonald's. You don't have to die for it.
Got this. Piper's muscles weren't even tensed, yet Wesley was now shaking in his chair, his veins popping as he pulled hard as he could. His face was blue, and Piper just kept squeezing. I was about to call her off anyway, when Wesley began tapping out. Get her off me, he wheezed. I snapped my fingers, and Piper instantly released, returning back to me. Wesley collapsed off the chair, holding his throat on the floor and gasping for
I told you, natural selection.
Air. He didn't have the air in his lungs to protest as I took my $200.
So he saw his friend not breathing on the floor and he was like, oh, now is the perfect time to take $200 out of his wallet. I would have done the same thing. I can't even lie. Come on. These stories are getting pretty interesting, but not enough to make me laugh. And this next one is called A Stranger Thought I Was Her Husband. Why does stuff like this happen to me?
A woman in the grocery store smiled at me. Babe, who's watching the kids? I looked behind me, but no.
Now he has kids? How fast is this man aging? We saw him when he was 3 foot tall, getting in trouble in school, 16 years old getting in car crashes, 18 years old flipping tables at home, and now he's got a family. Is the next video him just gonna be passing away of old age?
Nobody was there. What kids? She laughed. Very funny. Are they with your mom? I took a step back. Ma'am, I have never seen you before in my life. Her smile fell. Okay, the joke's getting old. She reached into my cart and started looking through my groceries. We have peanut butter at home. I looked around desperately for help, but an older woman nearby just smiled at us like we were the cutest couple she had.
Okay, this one is interesting, actually. Hold up.
Ever seen. Sorry, I think you have me confused with someone else. I tried to push my cart away, but the woman kept following me. Her cart clipped my heel in the frozen food aisle. Ignoring me isn't funny. We talked about this in therapy. A man nearby overheard and shook his head like I was the worst
I'm guessing she's schizophrenic. Has Alzheimer's.
Husband he'd ever seen, so I just stayed quiet. The crazy lady started loading frozen pizzas into my cart, and by the time I reached the checkout, all of her groceries were in my cart, and she was standing next to me with her arms crossed. Well, I paid $400 for groceries for a family I didn't have because I didn't want to make a scene.
You're a better man than me. I wouldn't even pay 13 cents for her groceries.
Shoved the bags into her cart and sprinted to the parking lot, fumbling for my keys.
Why
she hurried
is she
behind
running
me,
after him? No, I saw. Oh, why'd I do that? I didn't mean to smile, bro. How was I not supposed to smile? Look at this.
Into her cart and sprinted to the parking lot, fumbling for my keys. She hurried behind me, talking about picking up the kids from school.
Okay, that's 4 laughs. One more laugh for smile, and I have to call his story and apologize.
To the parking lot, fumbling for my keys. She hurried behind me, talking about picking up the kids from school, and didn't stop until she saw my car. Wait, where's your truck? I tried to tell you, I'm not your husband. Her hands were shaking as she pulled out her phone and showed me a photo of a man who looked exactly like me.
Wait, that actually is crazy.
This is my husband. Who are you? She called her husband on speakerphone, and we realized we had the same birthday. We need to go talk to my mom. His wife gave me the address, and I met him there. I felt sick to my stomach when we knocked on her door, and when she opened it, she started to cry. You had severe asthma, and as a single mom, the medical bills were destroying me. My twin's mouth fell open. So you kept the healthy baby and gave the other one away. She reached for his arm. I did what I had to do. He pulled back. You hid him from me. He turned his back on.
She just gave the baby away?
On her and walked to the car, and I followed. She called after us from the doorway, and my twin turned around one last time. He's my family now. Don't contact me again.
So I don't like the kid with the orange hair. I don't like the mom, but I do like the dad and grandma. I'm telling you, this whole family is crazy. Unfortunately, that was a very interesting story. But we haven't laughed 5.
انت عشان تخسر دهون لازم الكارديو مالك